What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Blah blah blah. Um, yeah. So, how do I start this video? Final score: 31-26. Tampa Bay Buccaneers win in the NFC Championship game, beating the Green Bay Packers. Where do I start? I've written down some notes here. I don't really know how to start the video. That's the best intro you're going to get out of me. I'm not going to do a second take. Yeah, so I'm just going to start at the top of this list that I made. Kevin King. WTF. That's an incompletion on that third down. No matter what you do there, you didn't need to hold him. Gotta be better. Gotta make a better play. That's the immediate thing, but that's obviously not the only play in the entire game. On that same, I don't know what to say. It was holding or pass interference, I don't remember which one. Got called super late. It is what it is. It's a penalty. It is a penalty. So, quick note here, it is currently Monday, I'm editing the video, and I need to change what I said here. I currently now think that it should have been not called a penalty. I said that weird. But the reason for that is because the pass was not catchable. If you look at the play, it is clear that it wasn't catchable. Pulling on the undershirt of a receiver isn't going to hold them back by any more than maybe an entire step, and even if they had that, they were nowhere near the pass. It was so poorly thrown. So I do not think that this should have been called a penalty, not only because of how the game had been called up to this point, but also because the ball straight up was not catchable. Now, back to the originally scheduled programming. However, there were two plays earlier in the game where a Bucs defender held clearly a Packers receiver. One of those two plays was on the Rodgers interception. That was a holding penalty, not called. Both of those plays not called. One against, on that interception, the other was against Devontae Adams, I believe it was. If you were watching the games, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Those weren't called. It's BS. There's nothing else you can say about that. But there's nothing you can do about it. Our defense, Packers defense, gave up 21 in the first. Did not play well. Second, gave up a touchdown immediately. Disgusting. Awful. But then after that, they played great. They played amazing. 3 interceptions and only gave up 3 points the rest of the game. But just not enough. I said the 3 interceptions. Packers were down 18. All right, it was a 28-10 game. They ended up losing by 5. They got themselves back in it. So you gotta credit them for making enough plays on defense, getting those 3 interceptions, and making enough plays on offense to get back in the game. But it doesn't matter if you're in or not. It matters if you're in the next one. It matters if you win this. Before I get into the more subjective things, let's look at the lines for the quarterbacks, which I think are significant to look at. First thing I'll mention are the sacks. Rodgers got sacked 5 times for 32 yards in losses in total. Brady, 1 sack for a 5-yard loss. I think that's just how the offensive and defensive lines played. I expected more out of the Packers pass rushers. Couldn't get it done against not so great Bucs O-line. Got 1 sack and that's it. Got some pressures, forced at least 1 interception, but that's not enough. Packers, our line just couldn't handle the Bucs front 7. I kept saying Bucs front 7, and they get 5 sacks. Aside from that, Brady, 20 of 36, that's 55.5% completion percentage. He had 280 yards for 7.8 average, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and a rating of 73.9. And in case you don't know, that's not all that great. On the other side, Rodgers goes 33 of 48, 68 point something completion percentage, for 346 yards, 7.2 average, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, and a 101.6 rating, which, if you didn't know, is pretty dang solid. So you look at the quarterback play, it's pretty simple. Aaron Rodgers played a much better game than Tom Brady. Simple, flat out, very simple. You look at the plays that they made, you look at the plays that they didn't make. Rodgers had a better game, but another thing I've been saying, that doesn't matter. There's 53 guys on each side, and one player playing better than the same guy on the other side isn't going to change the result of the game. You need everybody else to perform, and that didn't happen. Brady throws 3 picks. We can't get enough points off of those turnovers. Yeah. I don't know what else there is to say subjectively or objectively. Turnovers for the Packers. There was obviously the 1 interception. It wasn't a great pass. Probably should have been out in front of the receiver a bit more. But as I said, the receiver was held on the play. Probably part of the reason why he wasn't as open as Rodgers probably thought he was going to be. So, yep. The run game was good at times. Kind of didn't stick with it though. And again, I wish we saw A.J. Dillon more. He only had 3 carries, 17 yards with a long of 9. For the Bucks, they had 24 carries as a team for 76 yards. That was 16 for 67 for the Packers. And they had Fournette. I mean, he averaged 4.6, but I'm sure it's a lot less than that if you take out the 20-yard touchdown run. I'm just looking at the box score. Good game by Marquez. He caught 4 of 6 targets. Tay caught 9 of 15 targets, but only 67 yards. Here's a thing to mention. Okay, so the interception and then the fumbles. Aaron Jones fumbled twice. You just can't have it. One of them got returned, I think, for a touchdown, or I don't know. One of them got recovered by the Bucks. The other, luckily, was recovered by Tunyon, but you just can't fumble the ball, especially not twice. And he did, I think, on the second fumble he got hurt. I hope he's doing okay. I hope everybody who's hurt right now is doing okay. Yeah. What was I about to mention? I forgot. This is where my mind's at right now. Searching my brain. Not finding anything. What was I about to mention? What was I going to talk about? Oh yeah, finally remembered. Goal to go and red zone offense for the Packers. Nowhere to be seen. We've been one of the best, if not the best, I'm pretty sure the best team in the entire league, the entire year, in the red zone and on goal to go offense, but we just couldn't get it done today. Twice we had to settle for field goals, and obviously that last call to go for a field goal there instead of going for it on 4th down 8 with like 2 minutes to go or whatever. Obviously a questionable call. I mean, that's a really tough decision to make. You know, that's the decision that your head coach has to make, and you hope that whatever decision is made, you're able to execute the way you need to execute to win the game. We weren't able to do that. We kicked the field goal. Defense didn't make the plays that they needed to make to get the ball back to the offense. But, I mean, just goal to go and red zone, especially goal to go offense, just horrendous. I want to say it was the 3rd down. I think there were 2 plays where the Packers probably could have scored a touchdown on that last drive. It was the kind of RPO play where Rodgers tried to throw it to Lazard. He kind of ran like a slant. If he just went straight or like a post, he's probably in the end zone, but it didn't work out. And then I think on the 3rd down play, Rodgers probably could have scrambled into the end zone, if not down to the 1 or 2 yard line, and he passed that up to try to throw throw a ball into a window that didn't exist. So yeah, he makes, you know, one play there. It's probably not the play he should have made, in my opinion, because it looked like he could have, you know, ran it in. But I'm not the one that gets, you know, paid millions of dollars to play quarterback. He is, but you know, doesn't get it done there. There's obviously so much more you can say about it. I am not rooting for the Bucs in the Super Bowl. I will be rooting for whoever is out of the AFC. I do not care who it is. I would prefer it to be the Bills, but I do not care who it is. I think it is awful that a team in the Super Bowl will be playing a home game. And I heard multiple times on the broadcast that there's going to be 7,500 medical workers, vaccinated medical workers at the Super Bowl. That's cool. But hey, NFL, did you realize you just gave 7,000 more Bucs fans a ticket to the game? So, interesting. That's all I'm going to say. I think it's cool to, you know, do stuff like that for medical workers. But it's an interesting dynamic. And talking about having a home game, I'm going to start saying this because no one's saying it's not true. I think Tom Brady said, I'm a free agent. Where's the Super Bowl? And he said, oh, it's in Tampa. And he went there, built a super team, and now they're in the Super Bowl. Do not be surprised if Brady somehow makes his way to LA. Probably to the Rams, maybe to the Chargers. Don't be surprised if he gets over. Don't be surprised if he goes and demands a trade to the Rams and gets on that team, makes their offense a lot better with that number one defense, and goes and plays a home game for the Super Bowl again next year. Don't be surprised. I just feel like saying that because, I mean, maybe that is what he did. I've been talking for over 10 minutes. A lot of this has just been jabbering. But, yeah. It's an impressive performance by the Packers to go down by 18 points and then go on a 16-3 run to end the game, but it just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. We gotta figure something out. I'd say it's on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, now it's time to look at the draft. Who is there in the draft? Who could we get that could help us out? Obviously, a new shiny weapon can help, but I don't think we need anything on offense. I don't really know how much a rookie wide receiver is going to do for us, or really anything on offense. I mean, if I'm going to pick who we're going to draft, I want a playmaking defensive player. I want a guy like a Chase Young or Patrick Queen or whoever the I think Colts cornerback is, or the safety, whoever. A playmaking defensive player, or go out in free agency, sign some guys, trade some picks for somebody, trade for a good cornerback. Because you look at us today, I mean, defense played well for 2 plays in a row, many times, got the Bucs to third down, and then they're just attacking Chandon Sullivan. Not really liking having Chandon Sullivan out there in the NFC Championship game, or any game for that matter. I love you, but you are not the greatest cornerback in the NFL, and you gave up a lot of plays. Kevin King, he's okay, but on a team where you're trying to push to win the Super Bowl, he's probably not the guy that I would want at the number 2 corner. I mean, we'll see. I'm gonna, soon I'll dive into all of this stuff for the draft and look at who we got, but for now that is the end of the Packers season. I said something to myself the other day. I don't know what it was. It was something that I knew I was going to say in this video whenever I made it, because I knew it was going to come at some point, but whether it was a victory or loss. But us, it's basically, I don't remember the pairing words. It was beautiful. I want you to know that. It's not going to be as beautiful now. My love for this team is unwavering, and my fandom is forever. That will never change. It's, yeah, I don't know. It was more beautiful when I said it the first time, but I forgot what I said and I never wrote it down. So, yeah, everlasting. It was something about everlasting. My appreciation for this season, though. I mean, this has been a fun season. Look forward to the next one and see where it takes us. Goals for next year: win the Super Bowl. Simple as that. Simple as that. Prediction from the beginning of the year. I said we're going to go 12-4. We're going to be better than last year, and we're going to lose in the Super Bowl. We go 13-3. We're better than last year, and we lose in the NFC Championship game again. I mean, yeah. Just got to be better. Just got to be better. I feel like we got a lot of young players, especially receivers, especially A.J. Dillon, who can be really good. We just gotta find a way to put it all together and really dominate, and really be able to win the tough games. Yeah. And I'll give you the typical headline. Way too early predictions for right now. I'm gonna say 13-3, better than this year. In some way, we are going to be better than this year, and that change might be on special teams because we got the worst special teams in the league. 13-3, better than this year, win the Super Bowl. I think it might happen. If I had to put my money on something, I'd probably put it on the Packers winning the Super Bowl because that'd probably get me the most money. Weighing what's most likely, what would get you the most, but that's going to be my way too early prediction. 13-3, better than this year, and a Super Bowl win. I got nothing else to say. I'm missing the first quarter of the other game, which is going on currently. There's 9:58 left, and it's 3-0 Buffalo, and they have the ball at their own 15, 1st and 10. I'm going to get to that game, and I don't know when I'm posting it, probably later today, so, yeah. It is what it is. I don't know what else to say. That's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Stay safe as always, and I'll see you next time.